Welcome to the Emerging Lawyer series at the Coffee Corner Show, powered by the Emerging Innov Forum TIF and a tech partner, Prime Infotech Solution. Theme is from law firms to leadership beyond the courtroom. In the ever evolving world of corporate law, staying ahead of the curve requires strategic thinking, risk assessment, and a deep understanding of the business landscape. Our guest speaker, Aasim Syed, brings all of this and more to the table. Currently serving as a head of legal and company secretary at Pepperfry, Asim has built an impressive career navigating complex M&A deals, private equity transactions, and legal compliance for startups and established enterprises alike. With experience spanning top law firms and corporate legal departments, he has mastered the art of balancing legal risk with business growth. So, in this episode, we dive into Asim's professional journey, his insights on venture capital, legal strategy, and of course, some fun anecdotes about his life beyond the boardroom. So, welcome Asim to today's coffee conversation.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today, and my sincere apologies for rescheduling last time because something urgent had come up which needed immediate attention. And I really appreciate you accommodating time, and providing me a slot very soon and not making me wait for, maybe a couple of months. So I really appreciate that.
Okay, don't worry. Okay, so Asim, let me explain you the flow and the format. There are three rounds: professional journey, personal journey, and a fun round, the rapid fire round, for which you have to be witty, fun, and quick. And here's a gift: Legal AI 101, and it will be autographed and sent to you. So,
Okay.
friends, I'm Lion Amir Virani, host at Coffee Conversation and legal tech evangelist at Prime Infotech Solution, author of 15 books. We help law firms, corporate legal, startups, SMEs with world class technology and software licensing. Uh, so, let us begin. Asim, my first question: how was the journey shaped up and any key defining moments you had?
Uh, so I think it's been quite a ride for me. And thankfully, I consider myself fortunate enough to have worked with good people and good organizations. And so I think starting from a law college, which is not a very known law college, from Mumbai University, New Law College. From there, getting to work with law firms such as Economic Laws Practice, which is one of the highly regarded law firms in India. And thereafter, moving to other law firms such as Strategy Law Partners, and then moving in-house, heading a legal team of lawyers and company secretaries at Pepperfry Limited, which is also another, one of the biggest e-commerce companies in furniture and home decor business. So I think it's been a long journey for me, but I would say it has been enriching, full of learning, and very satisfying.
Beautiful. Okay, so Asim, let's dive deep into the conversation. Startups and venture capital firms rely heavily on legal expertise for structuring investments. What's the most common mistake you see startups making from legal and other standpoints?
So I think for startups, one of the most common mistakes I see is that startups not getting their founder and their shareholders agreement in place from early days. When things are going well and everyone's excited, it's easy to put off the tough conversations, like who owns how much and what happens if one of the founder leaves, and what will happen to his shareholding, and then how future funding will dilute equity. So, but if you don't start, or rather sort that in the beginning, it can lead to big problems later, especially when the investors, when the investors start diligence and then you have conversations with them on your future fundraise. I have seen deals getting delayed, and in few cases also deals fall apart because of messy paperwork and disputes between co-founders. So, and the other mistake is, I think I have seen in startups in their early days, is copying documents from internet or maybe some other startups. Uh, where they feel that this, I think this will do for now. You know, where they feel this will do for now, and then I would say like legal strategy isn't one size fits all. Every business is different, every relationship is different, and what works for one startup, I'm not saying might not work. It may be even risky for the other startup.
Hmm.
So spending some time and money upfront at initial stage to get the basics right can save a lot of stress and cost later.
Wow, beautiful. So my next question, Asim, negotiations can be tough, especially when millions are at stake. What's your go-to strategy when dealing with high pressure negotiations?
My go-to strategy is to stay calm, stay prepared, and know where to draw the line. I mean, high stake negotiations are not just about who argues better. They are about understanding what really matters to your business and what you are willing to compromise on. You know, when two people uh, uh, are negotiating, it will, I mean, it's very obvious that one has to agree to, both people can't win, right? But we can have a win-win situation for all. So that is on the negotiation part. And another important part is knowing when to push back and and when to let go. Not every point is, you know, worth a deadlock, like I said. So the goal should be to protect your clients, if your client's interest, if you are representing in a law firm, and if you are working in-house, of course, of your company, without losing sight of the bigger picture, getting the deal done in a way that works for everyone. So everybody on working on the deal is happy, and then they are all happy. They work as partners rather than as, you know, adversaries or other side, this side. Everybody's on the same side in a deal, in a negotiation.
Wow. So Asim, ESOPs have become a game changer for startups looking to retain talent. What's one aspect of structuring ESOPs that founders often overlook?
A very important and often overlooked point is what happens during an exit. Like, for example, the company has granted ESOPs, and those have vested. The employees have they now have a hope of, you know, encashing from an exit scenario happening in the company. Now employees need to know whether they'll actually benefit from their ESOPs in an acquisition, secondary acquisition that happens, or in case of an IPO. My advice to companies would be, you know, to clearly define what are the liquidity events, like, you know, when can the employees liquidate, when can they benefit, uh, clearly communicate their exercise timelines, and what happens to the unvested options in case of a IPO, whether they accelerate or they lapse. That communication has to be, you know, sent out clearly. And if this isn't structured well, employees may feel, you know, shortchanged during an exit, which defeats the whole purpose of using ESOPs as a retention tool, employee retention tool. And finally, like I said, communication is key. ESOPs can be complex and overwhelming for people who don't understand. If you are as an organization going down that path of using ESOP as a talent retention tool, then it is, I would say, a company's duty to help its employees understand how ESOPs work, what is vesting, what is exercise, what is buyback, what are the tax implications when you exercise the ESOPs, when you get benefit in case of an acquisition or an IPO. So unless they don't understand these things, they won't see the value.
Wow. Okay. So Asim, M&A, private equity, venture capital, you have navigated complex transactions throughout your career. What's been the most challenging deal you have worked on and what made it stand out?
Uh, I think in one of the transactions, or other one challenging transaction that I was a part of, is when we were advising uh, a company and its existing investors to get an exit. There were six, seven investors, each of them based out of different jurisdiction. One was based out of Malaysia, the other Singapore, one was based out of Cayman Islands, and one was based in US. So, of course, all of these investors, uh, they had uh, they had certain ways of doing things in their own jurisdiction. So in that case, and some of these things may not work in Indian scenario. So,
Mm.
Indian laws don't permit certain things which are otherwise permitted in other jurisdictions. So our job was to get some, creative solutions for those problems, and also ensuring that, and when you have like a lot of people working on a transaction, and especially a high value transaction involving so many people, the negotiations and discussions and the documentation can often get challenging and very intense. So in that case, that transaction, I think taught me not just how to do a complex deal, but also how to get multiple people together and get a deal done involving so many people. So that was a one good learning deal, I would say, for me.
Wow. So, Asim, during your introduction, uh, I shared you have worked with several prestigious law firms before now coming to your present in-house role. Looking back, what's one lesson from your time at law firms that continues to shape your decision making today?
One lesson I think that has stayed with me is the importance of rigor and attention to detail. Sorry, law firms train you to look at every clause, every assumption, every comma, because one small slip can have a big impact. And that mindset helps me even today when reviewing contracts or on advising complex issues. But more than that, working in a law firm also teaches you how to think commercially while staying legally sound. You learn that not every risk needs to be avoided. Some just needs to be managed. The balance between, I would say, that legal precision and business practicality is something I carry into every decision as I have made my path into an in-house counsel role.
Wow, beautiful. So let's come to your present role. Being both the head of legal and company secretary at Pepperfry must mean balancing multiple responsibilities. So, what's your process for managing high stakes legal matters while ensuring regulatory compliance?
It's definitely a balancing act. On one side, I would say I'm dealing with high pressure legal work like deals, investment deals, disputes, and business strategy. On the other, you have to stay on top of regulatory filings, board meetings, and compliance timelines. I think the key for me here is I would rather say prioritization and teamwork. Uh, At Pepperfry, I make sure we have a clear calendar of all, statutory deadlines. So nothing slips through the cracks. And I also have a regular touch with a regular meeting with the business and finance team. So we are aligned and there are no surprises later. I understand what their expectations are and what they are trying to achieve and how I can contribute in enabling that decision. And at the end of the day, it's about staying proactive rather than, being reactive. If you plan well and build a reliable team also, you can handle both roles without letting anything fall through. So I think the key is to prioritize and have a good team that you can, you should train and the team that you can rely on.
Wow. So, my next question related to your role, how do you stay ahead of the legal changes happening for now? Your role is at Pepperfry in house, legal, head legal, and company secretary.
So the legal and regulatory landscape is ever evolving and very dynamic, changing fast, and it's important to stay updated, I would say. I make sure to regularly track updates from key regulators like MCA, SEBI, the Reserve Bank of India. I also stay connected with other in-house lawyers and my friends from law firms and other industry groups. So we can, we share important updates and practical insights on any change in law that has come up or is in the formative stages. So that is one. And at Pepperfry, we have set up, like I said, a clear compliance calendar to cover law, legal, and regulatory deadlines across departments. And we also conduct, internal checks and checks from HR to finance to know like what's expected from a compliance point of view. And at Pepperfry, I believe most importantly, we've built a culture where teams check with the legal team before taking any key actions, wherein right from the initial stages, legal team is involved, and certain business risks or regulatory risks rather, they are given consideration, they are carefully thought through, and then if something needs to be some important decisions need to be made uh, in order to get the desired outcome, and also balancing regulatory compliance, those can be done well in advance and well in time. So the goal is simple: make compliance part of the way we do business every day. So I think that's how I stay up to date, and also stay in touch with different departments in Pepperfry to ensure that legal team not just acts as a gatekeeper, rather we act as business enablers.
Beautiful. So, Asim, who has influenced you from the legal world?
Well, influenced as in, I admire a lot of people for the contribution that they have made to the legal profession. Uh, uh, right now, I would say there are many. When I started working, I had the opportunity of working with Anisha Patnaik, who is now the founding and managing partner of Lexstart Partners. And thereafter, I got to work for a very long time with Sham Pandya, who is was one of the founding partners of Strategy Law Partners. And I would say they inspired me to be a better lawyer, a well-read lawyer, somebody who understands not just law, but also understands clients' requirements, clients' business. Because I feel that one important aspect of being a good lawyer is to also understand your client's business and his requirements, so that you can advise them accordingly. So I think the people I have worked with, and like I said in the beginning, I am very fortunate that I have worked with the right set of people, and the good talent that I mean that we have seen in the Indian legal space.
Wow, beautiful. So, Asim, the legal landscape is shifting with the rise of AI and automation in contract management and due diligence. How do you see technology shaping the future of corporate law with respect to AI?
Well, technology, that's a good one actually. Technology, especially the artificial intelligence, is already changing how corporate law works, and it's only going to grow from here. It's only going to grow from here. The tools for automating contract review, due diligence, compliance tracking, and document management are making legal work faster, more accurate, and less manual, I would say. Uh, uh, in fact, one software that I have been using since many years is Litera Compare, which enables comparing documents, two different documents for changes to track the changes that have been made in both the versions. And so that is one good software that I have been using. And I think for in-house team like ours, it is a big advantage, not these tools, because they help us focus more on strategy and risk management rather than just doing paperwork. And that said, I don't believe technology will replace lawyers. Instead, it will make us more efficient and allow us to handle more complex work with fewer resources. The lawyer,
Yes.
one important thing I would like to make here is the lawyer of the future will need to be tech savvy, able to understand how these tools work, and how to support them, how to use them to support business decisions.
Yes.
In short, I see AI as a powerful enabler. The
Uh,
key here is to embrace it and not fear it.
Very true. Very true. This I've been hearing from my coffee speakers, and many law firms and corporate legal have implemented AI for legal research, drafting. Aditya Birla Group implemented Vidhi, uh, the
Yes.
AI legal research tool. So
Uh,
my newsletter is there, and this book is which we'll be getting. Uh, I publish regularly legal tech conversation where I talk about AI in legal, legal tech innovation, and other things. So yeah, AI is an enabler.
yeah.
So how to use it? It's the human brain.
Correct, correct.
AI has been made
It
by
can
human.
absolutely. It is, I mean, it is up to us how we can use it to minimize the efforts that are going
Hmm.
into tasks which do not require that much of effort or attention. Rather than focusing on smaller tasks, we can, then shift our energies toward bigger matters and bigger things which need lot of attention and, a lot of resources. So I think that help that the AI is providing, and it is only going to get better and better over time.
Yes.
So I think it's an amazing tool that is going to help lawyers, and it's currently also doing a very good job by helping lawyers in most of the aspects of their daily routine work.
And many law colleges have started like Nalsar. They have collaborated with the AI companies. For now, students communities will get the benefit of
Yes,
using AI tools for the research work. So more colleges will have to join the bandwagon and get AI in their curriculum for legal research. So students are more enabled when they enter the law firms or in-house teams. So that
absolutely.
is what. And we also have a LMS also, Prime Learning, where different legal tech softwares they can train
Okay,
before they join and they get certificates also. So in our ways, we are Prime Infotech Solution. We are big an enabler for not only legal professionals but other professionals. So my last question, Asim, if you had to give one piece of advice to young lawyers who want to excel in corporate law and M&A, what would it be?
sure. I think my one piece of advice would be to focus on understanding the business behind the deal in an M&A and not just the law. In M&A and corporate law, it's, I would say, not just enough to know the sections and case laws. You need to understand what the client is really trying to achieve. Why is this deal happening? What are the commercial risks? What matters to the client most? I think these are the questions that one needs to ask themselves, and you should find answers to. And if you don't have the answers, do not hesitate to ask your seniors and others who are working on the deal with you. And if you can think like a business person, you'll become more than just a lawyer. You'll become I would say, a trusted advisor, because a piece of advice coming from somebody who also understands the business well is given far more weightage than somebody who's just speaking law. So what sets great lawyers apart is these things. And also, one thing will be to always be curious, ask questions. Like I said, ask questions from seniors who are working on the deal, and not just read the legal updates, but also business news. Deals, I would say, are not done in isolation. They reflect what's happening in the market. Like, what is the trend going on in the market? Like, for example, uh, if uh, if there is a particular sector which is gaining a lot of importance, or uh, attracting a lot of investments, why are people investing in that sector? Once one needs to ask these questions. And finally, be prepared to do the hard work. The hours can be long, but the learning is always huge. So this is one piece of advice for younger lawyers.
Beautiful, Asim, you summarized. So let's go to next round and understand Asim as a person. Tell us about your family and your formative years.
So I come from a close-knit and supportive family. My
Mm.
father used to run his own recruitment business, primarily helping candidates find job overseas, especially in the Middle East. He has now retired. My mother, I would say, she's been the strong support and the backbone of our home. She's a homemaker. My wife, she comes from a finance background and currently works with a multinational company as a vice president. My brother and sister-in-law are both journalists. So I would say our dinner table conversations are often a mix of business, finance, and current affairs. So that's
Wonderful.
on the family side. And then growing up, I was always, encouraged by family to ask the right questions and be curious. I had a very inquisitive mind, and my formative years taught me the value of hard work, because I have seen that in my family: hard work, discipline, and staying grounded. these are the principles I still carry with me in my professional life. And regarding law, I would say I was drawn to law because I saw it as a mix of logic, uh, language, and strategy. So
Wow.
it's a mix of logic, language, and strategy. That's how I would put it. And that interest only grew stronger with time and led me down the path I am on today.
Beautiful. So let's go to your college days. New Law College and Jindal Global Law School. What are the memories?
So at New Law College, which is affiliated to Mumbai University, I gained a strong foundation in various areas of law, and it helped me understand both legal theory as well as the practical aspects. The college offered a mix of academics and extracurricular activities, and I think this helped me develop some important skills which are essential for any law student, like legal writing, I would say drafting, advocacy. So these things were good, and the faculty was also very approachable, and we frequently discussed current legal issues, which helped me think. Which helped me think critically. The moot court competitions and debates which used to happen in law school, they also played a key role in emphasizing my analytical and presentation skills, which have helped me in my legal career. So I think that's on relating to New Law College. And then um, I pursued LLM from Jindal Global Law School. My experience there was a big step forward. Pursuing LLM in corporate and financial laws, uh, I would say, was intellectually stimulating, and it provided me access to diverse legal resources and extensive research and global legal trends. And one of the best part of Jindal was the interdisciplinary approach which they formed while teaching us in LLM, which was combining law with business, economics, and corporate governance. Um, and
Wow.
and I already had practical experience in corporate and financial laws, particularly in M&A and private equity investment transactions. So Jindal helped me build on that by refining my research skills. So and the faculty also at Jindal, they were not only experts in their field, but also active practitioners. They were themselves lawyers and having experience of many years, which made our research more practical and insightful. So that's on my law school
Wow.
journeys.
Beautiful. Okay. So, Asim, beyond the world of contracts and legal frameworks, what's a hobby or passion that keeps you energized?
Outside of work, I would say I'm really passionate about traveling, and I love discovering new places, like different, learning about different cultures and enjoying nature. And nature, I would say, I like all the seasons. For example, when it's monsoon, you go to the hills, you enjoy the rains, and the entire world outside is green. When it's summer, you go towards the beaches. That's one. And then some people also prefer going to the hilly regions. So that's there. And then winters are very uh, good in India, and you get a lot of different type of foods. Each season comes with a different type of food. So that is one good aspects. And then I would say road trips are fun for me because they allow me to explore at my own pace, and take and I understand the surroundings, and then whatever journey I am on, I mean, it has some impact on me. It helps me relax and recharge, and I always come back, feeling energized.
Wow. So, what are your travel plans for 2025?
So 2025, I am planning to go to Azerbaijan, hopefully sometime this year. That's on the cards, and maybe explore uh, South India, especially Kerala, towards the end of the year.
Wow, that's beautiful. What's a hidden talent or skill you have that most people don't know about?
Uh, I think one hidden talent. is that I remember a lot of movie dialogues, and I often find that I can relate them to some real life situations. And whether it's a line that's perfect for a conversation or a situation at work, I think uh, at times I do recall some of the dialogues and try to put them into the situation. It's a fun way
So
to express myself.
can you do something now?
Right now for this, I'm not able to recall any dialogue that fits into this. But let's go down. I mean, let's progress further. If I have something that I can, fit into this situation.
Anything, any dialogue which uh, don't relate to the conversation of the coffee on the show. Any dialogue which is your favorite one.
Well, I don't have a favorite dialogue. Like I said, in for like some of the situations in real life, I do find some dialogues which I can recall from the movies that I have seen in the past. So, not a, I mean, don't have favorite dialogues as such, but some of those I can recall and then, try to use it here and there.
Okay. So let's go to your movie recommendation, movie, book, or series that you think everyone should watch or read once.
Regarding series, I would say one of the recent ones is, sorry, one of the recent ones is Scam 1992, the Harshad Mehta story. That is something I found it to be very gripping, and it's a real life story, and it's about the rise and fall of Harshad Mehta, who was involved in one of the biggest financial scams in India. Uh, and I think this series does an excellent job of showing the world of finance, corruption, and the complex characters involved. And it just keeps you hooked from start to finish.
Wow. Your movie recommendations. Because you see so
Uh,
many dialogues in the movie. So what's your recommendation for our viewers out there?
so one movie I would recommend is The Imitation Game. It's a movie on Alan Turing and enacted by Benedict Cumberbatch. So that's one good movie. It's about the Enigma machine. It was used during the Second World War. So that's something, how they approached things and then their challenges, how did they overcome, and then how they were ahead of their enemies. So that is one thing that I would recommend people to watch.
Beautiful. Okay. So my last one is a googly one. Describe Asim in one line.
Well, that's going to be a little difficult. Uh, I mean, maybe I would say Asim is smart, thoughtful, and always approaches things with a clear and practical mindset.
Wow, beautiful. So let's go to next round, have some fun, the rapid fire round. Uh, your go-to comfort food.
My go-to comfort food for breakfast, it is poha. I can have poha every day,
Uh,
365 days in a year. And for dinner, I can have good biryani. So that's my comfort food.
Wow. Your favorite color.
Blue.
Wow. Morning meetings or late night brainstorming.
Uh, I think morning meetings because that's when you are fresh, you have a fresh perspective. So I think those will be more productive.
Wow. Your favorite color.
Favorite color is blue.
Your dream travel place.
Dream travel place. Uh, I think it would be somewhere traveling in a UFO to the space.
Oh, beautiful. Favorite Mughlai dish.
Mughlai dish will be. I'm not a very fan of Mughlai dish, but I would say maybe something that's made of chicken.
Okay. One word that defines your legal style.
Uh, Strategist.
Best piece of advice received.
Best piece of advice received. You should know, uh, I would say best piece of advice. You should know, you should learn how to pick your battles. You should not be fighting on everything. You should learn like what matters to you the most and stick to those and
Wow,
focus your energies there rather than, fighting over petty or smaller issues and ignoring the bigger ones.
beautiful. Tea or coffee to recharge?
Coffee.
Yeah, the coffee show.
Yes.
So let's raise.
Cheers to coffee.
So you did well, Asim. And here's a book which will be autographed, Legal AI 101. So, friends, on Saturday evening, lovely conversation with Asim Syed. Uh, all those legal professionals out there, they want to venture in the world of M&A. Uh, he has got both experience on both sides, working with a law firm, now uh, being head legal and company secretary at Pepperfry. So he brings a depth of knowledge uh, from both the sides. So watch this episode, get inspired, and go on a trip with to Azerbaijan with Asim because he's a traveler, and there are many coffee speakers who like to travel. So we will form a group, and they can plan their trips and continue the coffee conversations over there on their trips. So uh, there are 450 coffee speakers who bring to the table their professional journey, personal journey, and they are inspiring from where they have been and where they will be going. And we wish Asim the best because Pepperfry is a leading e-commerce in the world of furnitures, and it's an exciting business. And Pepperfry is doing very good. There are a lot of ads which we see, and if you want to be connected with Asim, so his details will be there in the YouTube captions. And if you want to be invited on the Coffee Corner show, visit our website, the Emerging New Forum, or LinkedIn page, or connect with our 450 coffee speakers to let them put in a word for you, and we would invite and have conversation with a cup of coffee. Thank you.
Thank you. It was nice having this conversation.